12th anniversary of 9/11 marked with solemn tribute to victims. Vertical line all Jazeera America. Global header background image URL/content/jam/jcr:/content/header/image desktop.adapt.968,657,967.jpg at media minimum width 768 px and max width 959 px. Global header background image URL/content/jam/header/image.adapt.968,967,967.jpg at media max width 767 px. Global header background image URL/content/jam/mobile.adapt.753.medium.1,377,967,967.jpg. Display mobile navigation. Display mobile search bar. News, video, shows, schedule, more shows, sections. U.S. International economy, technology, science, environment, health, education, culture, sports. Trending. Syria's war, weather, health, technology. Search form. 12th anniversary of 9/11 marked with solemn tribute to victims. September 11, 2013, 12:45 a.m. That updated 11:45 a.m. at. We will stand vigilant and defend our nation, President Obama says in memorial address. Topics: 9/11 terrorist attacks. New York, U.S. Viewed comments. Family members of September 11 victims marked the 12th anniversary of the attacks Wednesday at Ground Zero in New York and elsewhere with the reading of names and moments of silence. At a morning ceremony on the 2-year-old Memorial Plaza in New York, relatives recited the names of the nearly 3,000 people who died when hijacked jets crashed into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon and a site near Shanksville, PA, as well as names of victims of the 1993 Trade Center bombing. No matter how many years pass, this time comes around each year, and it's always the same, said Karen Hinson of Seaford, NY, who lost her 34-year-old brother, Michael Wittenstein, a Cantor Fitzgerald employee. My brother was never found, so this is where he is for us, she said as she arrived for the ceremony with her family early Wednesday. In Washington, President Barack Obama joined First Lady Michelle Obama, Vice President Joe Biden, Jill Biden and members of the White House staff in a moment of silence on the South Lawn. Afterward, in a memorial service at the Pentagon, Obama called on Americans to pray for those whose lives had been lost. Let us have the strength to face the threats that endure, different though they may be from 12 years ago, so that as long as there are those who would strike our citizens, we will stand vigilant and defend our nation, he said. The morning after a speech in which he urged Americans to support his proposal to use military force against Syria, in retribution for President Bashar al-Assad's alleged poison gas attack on his own people, Obama also reflected on the limits of force. Let us have the wisdom to know that, while force is at times necessary, force alone cannot build the world we seek, he said. Back at the New York Memorial, Brittany Coprisi, the niece of a 9/11 victim, urged the president to consider the cost of past conflicts when evaluating the crisis in Syria. President Obama, please do not bring us to another war, she said. At 8:46 a.m., the moment that the first plane crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, many Americans, including the president, first fell silent. It was the first of 6 moments of silence. At 9:03 a.m., the second plane struck the South Tower. At 9:37 a.m., Flight 77 struck the Pentagon. At 9:59 a.m., Americans watched in horror as the seemingly unshakable South Tower fell. It was followed by the North Tower 29 minutes later, at 10:28 a.m. At 10:03 a.m., Flight 93 crashed into a field in Pennsylvania. The passengers and crew overtook the hijackers, sacrificing their own lives to prevent an attack on the Capitol in Washington, D.C. Name reading, wreath laying and other tributes were also taking place at the Pentagon and at the Flight 93 National Memorial in Shanksville while the commemoration unfolded at Ground Zero, where New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg, who has helped orchestrate the observances from their